Hi, so we're the Powder Puff Girls, and this is our Project 2. We chose topic number 1, which is sustainable urban planning. My name is Corianne Vanderwerf.
I'm Stevie Canton.
I'm Carol Liu.
And we hope you like it. So the first step for our project that you would need to do is you need to select a city, which is this pop-up menu up at the top. You can do so and you can see there's 3 cities. Our 3 cities are Casper, Jackson, and St. Louis. I'm going to choose Casper. So you choose Casper and the image will pop up with the grid lines already overlaid on it, and that is actually done in our code right here. So as you can see, you can read the JPEG and then it scales it with this image SC, and so that scales it so it will fit our axes. We also have one for case 1, which is the select a city, and that happens if you do this, you get flowers, and that's just so you have something to look at. So if we go back to Jackson, and you want to select and place an energy device, you can do that by clicking over here on the list box. The first 10 available devices are all the solar energy panels. The bottom 8 are wind turbines and generators, so they're all things that create green energy. So let's just choose EPCOM, and you can click by doing like this, and we'll just place like 8 of those, and you can also change over here and click some more if you want. As you can just see, I did it on accident, but you can deselect the box by clicking as long as it's with the same energy type. To overlay the energy with something else, you can choose a different thing, and then you can just click on that same box. All of this coding for the mouse clicking, so it begins up here when we do the button down function, and that actually allows us to click on the image. But the function that controls all of this is called mouse click. And that's done up here, which this tells us which box is being chosen through the tick rows and tick columns, which are all the lines on the grid. And then this chooses, this sets the device to the correct color that matches the color map that's to the right of it as well. And then down here is the controlling for the deselecting and replacing, which I just showed. Up here is actually where we limit the click amount to 20 boxes only, which I can show you by just clicking a few more times. This is a 4x4, so now it's 5x5, and you can see you can now click no more, again, because it's only limited to 20.
Okay, on this line, you'll notice that the data actually will access the given project data that was given to us in order to calculate the city solar information and the wind information. So then we can continue on and calculate the device area and also how many devices will fit per box on our grid. And then as we scroll down further, this is continuing the function that will change the static text that will also color the box and let us know exactly, calls the function and tell us to change the static text. And as we continue further down, you're going to find the device detail push button information, and so then we can go over to our GUI and we can pull up solar device details, and all the information is given to us along with wind device details. So as you go through and you click on your chosen device, you know exactly what's going on, the area of the item, and then if we go back over to our code, this is the calculations that will actually calculate once all your boxes are clicked, all the devices are chosen on your GUI. You can continue over back and you can get your cost of materials. And as you see, according to what Corey picked, this is the exact quantity of the items, and then also the total solar power, and then also your total wind power can be calculated. And here, if we go up here, we can actually see the calculations for solar details from the bill of materials from all the items that you pick. And here, you're pulling up the calculations for the total wind details.
So say you want to save your energy grid for Jackson, you would have to hit the Save Energy Grid, obviously. And that should show up in your current folder as a matrix. Which you will see here as Jackson Power Grid TXT. And if you open that, you should see the matrix of of your boxes. And you can see where the matrix says a different number besides 0 is that corresponds to the type of device that you have. So if you want to save the corresponding image for Jackson, all you have to do is go to the GUI and hit Save Image. And again, it will show up in your current folder as jacksonpowergrid.png. If you drag this to the desktop and double-click the image, you should see the image of where your devices will be. And now we're going to work on another city, let's say Casper. And we're going to randomly choose some areas to plant some devices as such. And again, if you want to save your work, you would hit Save Image and Save Energy Grid. And that shows up in your current folder as Casper PowerGrid.png and Casper PowerGrid.txt. And you should be able to see, if you drag this to desktop again, that there's an image saved of your work, and that there's also a corresponding text file, as you saw in the previous city, Jackson. Alright, now say you want to go back to Jackson and rework your Jackson grid. What you would have to do is hit Load Energy Grid, and your boxes show up just like that. And say you want to go back to Casper and find what you had done before, you would also hit Load Energy Grid, and your image again will be restored into the. And say, for example, you are unsatisfied with your work for Jackson and you want to, here we are. Here's your previous work for Jackson, and you want to replace some of these devices with different devices. All you would do is merely click over the ones you would like to replace, like such, and save that energy grid and save that image. And say you want to go back to a different city and work on that, blah 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 blah, such as such. And you want to go back to Jackson and see if you have your previous work had overwritten your previous work. And it has, as you can see by the change in code-wise. This is where the saving of the image happens, as you can see by the right and the various PNG files that will be written. And here is where the matrix of the energy grid is saved as a text file, as again you can see here. And in this, you can see how the text file is loaded back into the GUI to show an updated image. And that's our project.